Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your boy Micah, Brother Micah, and I'm here to share with you how to have a perfect relationship. This video is for the women out there who've been looking for a good man and wondering how to have a great relationship. Now, all these books out here that have been perpetrated as knowledge but are really false knowledge, that are printed every day, will tell you it's impossible to be perfect as a person and it's impossible to have a perfect relationship. But the Most High Yahweh, who made the universe, has a different idea. In fact, he has the truth about the situation, I should say. And he inspired me to give you some advice directly from his book, the Holy Scriptures, or the Holy Spirit, about how to have a perfect relationship. So let's start. First of all, what does the Most High consider perfection? We'll go to Genesis 17 and verse 1. I'll be reading from the King James Version of the Bible today. It is probably the best translation of the Bible because it doesn't remove key scriptures that reveal great truths about who the Most High is and who his people are. So in Genesis 17 and verse 1, what is perfection? Listen to this. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Most High appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee and will multiply thee exceedingly. So what this means is, in order to be perfect, you have to walk before the Most High. And as you precept and study the Bible, walking before the Most High is as simple as obeying his commandments. This is how you walk before the Most High. You keep the Most High's commandments. Keep your culture, because this is your culture. Okay? So, how do you get a perfect relationship, sisters? Be perfect before the Most High first. Walk with the Most High. Obey the Most High commandments. And I will show you the wisdom in the Most High's commandments. First thing you want to remember if you want a perfect relationship is do not marry or date anybody outside of your race. That's right. Don't do it. On a human level, there's too many problems. Family members always hate you, all of this nonsense. There's just too much BS to deal with. On a divine level, when you're building on the divine foundation, the Most High instructs you not to deal with anyone who is not of your nation, which is Israel, for you sisters who don't know. You black sisters out here, you descendants of the Negro that came across the ocean in ships. So you could be black, you could be Hispanic. Once your father is a man descendant, a man who came across the ocean in these slave ships, once you're descended from that man, you are an Israelite woman. So the instruction the Most High has for you is found in Deuteronomy 7, verse 1 to 3. And I'll go there. In Deuteronomy 7, verse 1 to 3, the Most High says, When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites, and the Amorites and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. The Most High is talking to Israel here, telling them what to do when they come and conquer these nations. Smite them or kill them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, don't make any deals with them, nor show any mercy unto them. Here it is. Neither shalt thou make marriages with these other nations, with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. So all these nations, the Most High don't want us making marriages with these people. Don't give your daughter to their son. Don't take their sons for your daughters. Why? In verse 4, the Most High says, For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So the first thing you want to do, or rather the second thing you want to do when you want a perfect relationship, is get a man from among your own people. First thing you got to do, walk with the Most High, keep his commandments. Second thing you got to do, get a man from among your own people. Third thing you got to do is get yourself a godly man, a man. When I say a man from among your people, I mean a man. So what does the Most High consider a man? Let's go to 1 Kings 2, chapter 2, verse 2 to 3, and see what the Most High considers a man. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. What is a man in the Most High eyes? And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments. So the same thing that makes a woman is the same thing that makes a man a man. You keep the Most High commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all thou doest, and whitherso thou turnest thyself. So keep the Most High commandments, his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the Old Testament, that you may prosper in all you do and anywhere that you go. If the man is not doing these things, you haven't found yourself a man yet. You understand what I'm saying? Find a man that's doing these things, obeying the Most High commandments, not going to church, not religious, obeying the Most High's commandments. And that's when you will know you have a man. Because his foundation will be the same as your foundation. Now, I know we Hebrews love to have sex. And this is not bad. This is not a bad thing. You can have sex. I know in church they tell you, oh, fornication, this, that, and the other. Alright. According to the scriptures, fornication is sleeping with another man's wife, or vice versa. So let's see what the Most High says about sex. Before you give up your virginity to any man, okay, know what this means. Know this, and then keep to yourself your goods until you're sure that this is the intention of this man. Watch this. In let's see here, Exodus 22 and verse 16. This is a man's responsibility if he sleeps with you. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, meaning not promised to somebody in marriage, and lie with her, sleep with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So if any man sleep with you, he's supposed to have the intention of making you his wife. If that's not the intention of the man, don't take the goods. Leave it at the side of the road and find somebody whose intention is to make you his wife. That's the third point that I want to make in having a perfect relationship. Let me give you a couple bonuses, things to consider if you want to have perfect relationships. Relationships that don't end in you being a baby mama, or drama, or cheating, or you getting your face boxed up, or you saying, I want to be an independent woman, but deep down you actually want a man. You don't want these kind of relationships. You want a perfect relationship. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you 1 Timothy 1, verse 9 to 10, to consider about yourself. 1 Timothy 1 verse 9 to 10 says, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man or woman, but for the lawless and the disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers and fathers of fathers, and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers. This is what the Most High give instructions for. If you're a man stealer out here, follow the law and stop steal people, man. For liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine. The Most High didn't give the law, this book, for holy people. He gave it for those of us that don't know the right thing to do. So I'm telling you, one of the right things to do, don't be a man stealer. You understand? And that is what following the scriptures will help you to do. Let me give you a couple more bonuses here. Hebrews 13, verse 4. Hebrews 13 and verse 4 tells you, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. This is to say, you want perfect relationships? Don't go after married men. You understand? And this is for my sisters who don't know these things. Don't go after married men. It's not going to end up in a good situation. Just don't do it. Unless that man has intention of making you his wife, don't bother with him. Don't be a side piece. You are selling yourself super short. I'll go to Leviticus 19:29 as a bonus, and then I'm going to give you some homework that's really going to encourage you. Leviticus 19:29. Leviticus 19 verse 29 says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. So you sisters out here that just love sleeping with guys here, there, and everywhere, for things especially, free trips, free food, money, thinking you're using the guy, or he's just paying for your company, don't do it. The Most High says, don't prostitute thy daughter. To the fathers it says, don't prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore and for the land to be full of whoredom and full of wickedness. Whoredom is wickedness. Don't be wicked before the Most High. Walk with the Most High. Be the woman from Proverbs 31. A virtuous woman. You know what? Instead of giving you that for homework, I will just end with that. This is the type of woman that you want to be. To recap, you want perfect relationships? Walk with the Most High. Be perfect with the Most High. Don't make marriages with these other nations. Stick to your own people. Stick to your black men, your Negroes, your Israelite men. Stick to them. Make sure he's a man. Make sure he's following the Most High laws. And if he's not following the Most High laws, make sure that man have intention of marrying you before you lay down with this man. Bring up the subject. But your safest bet is to make sure he's following the Most High laws. Don't be a whore. Don't be a man stealer. And finally, be a virtuous woman. The type of woman man would kill for. And this is a virtuous woman. In Proverbs 31, starting in verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of plunder. So her husband trusts her because she's virtuous. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Don't spite your man, don't do him bad things. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She does things for herself. She makes things happen. She works willingly with her hands. She's not lazy. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her house. Meat is food to her household, and a portion to her maidens. So she's up early getting it. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hand she planteth a vineyard. She makes smart moves to big up herself and her family. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. So you see, she's up early hustling and up late. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She can do some things. Laying her hands here to the spindle is making garments. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. She's generous. Yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She prepares for the bad times. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. She don't look bummy out here. She has some pride in herself. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth amongst the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. By the way, that last verse there, she gave her man a good name. Strength and honor are her clothing, and strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. This is the type of woman a real man wants. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. He praises his woman. Her children praise her because she's so solid. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful. When people give you things, it's deceitful, and beauty is vain. How you look doesn't matter. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. You see that? So as you're out here, walking half naked and you want to look sexy, sexy. That means when people see you, they just want to have sex. What happened after the sex then? That's why the Most High tell you, beauty is vain, it's empty. But a woman that feareth the Most High shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. So even though she has a man that's working hard and providing for the family, she's not out here idle. She gets it in. And this is a virtuous woman, the type of woman a man wants, the type of woman the Most High designed for us, for you Israelite sisters, you black sisters, you descendants of the Negro man. This is who He designed you to be. And this society has tricked you with many words, many books, many television programs, much programming to be somebody else. So if you want a perfect relationship, this is your standard. Hold to this standard, and I guarantee you're going to take the win. If you have any questions, comments, put it in the comment section. Please like and share the video. If you found it useful, show it to your friends to help them out. I love you, my sisters of Israel, and I pray you walk with the Most High. In the name of Yahweh Shai, to the Father Yahweh, Shalom.